Okay. You didn't even make it over to me. Go down here. Where and doing what? He says going up. Okay, this one. So I need to drop down on this from above. Those planks coming out of the side are probably an indicator as to where exactly I need to be. Yeah. Once I deal with that, now... There we are. No enemies so far. Where does that connect to? Okay, that's one of the connections to that other room I broke into. Sometimes I dodge into them and get hit, and sometimes I don't. Okay, that's showing me that there are suicide bombing enemies before I have to actually deal with them. Oh, hello. I keep forgetting stuff like that can just be in boxes. Oh, okay. Back to you, huh? Ooh! That does a number on you. Not what I meant to press. Okay, that hits through walls. That's good to know. Okay, 3 prayer. Some water. I don't think I can make it over to that from here. Just barely. You're gonna go away if I hit the water anyways, so... Oh, more charges and some more blight. And this connects back up to here, which is probably another area that has a... Did I just never go down here? Huh. Whoops. Come to think of it, I remember in editing seeing that and realizing I just didn't do that. Ooh, new relic. Giant's Ring. Slightly increases damage dealt by attacks made while on the ground. A large ring tinged with magic, worn by the towering warriors of Land's End, said to be the descendants of giants. Its size makes it a viable bracelet worn on the arm of a young lady, such as myself. About to say there's still something I'm missing here, but it's that chest over there to the right, so... know exactly what. However... as far as I can tell, that'll do it for this area, so we're going to head back to the Respite and fast travel over to the west. Man, I haven't seen this for a while. Oiled prayer beads. Slightly increases maximum HP. A rosary worn by the right priestess's guardian. Extensive training took place underground until someone was chosen to be her protector. Did I just not grab this on my way down here? No. The path up is that, isn't it? Although I think I could get up there from this. No, this is the path down. That is the path up. I don't know how I'm supposed to get up there. But that room's complete now. That's a wall, buddy. Good try, though. This room is complete. The Respite to my left is not complete. I did also see in editing that I did in fact miss that first, like, Parish Way note. Straight up did not see it. Right here. There you are. Now, on the Blighted one. As the mind, body, and soul of those afflicted with the Blight is consumed, rot spreads throughout. This rot possesses superb regenerative properties, granting undying flesh. The link between mind and body is cut in time, and the host is driven purely by the wrath of the Blight. Now this is complete. Oh, that actually only takes one. And I have one slot, so I can actually equip this. Wonderful. Question is, how much HP did it actually give me? I have 136. So that either did 1 or 6. 6. It does 6. Okay. Better than nothing. Let's go up to that path in the top left there. And then that one to the left further. And this is where we fought Sigrid. So we came from here? Yeah. What path? There's somewhere I can jump into here. Not seem like it. Maybe just where the rain's coming from, the water. It's straight up. Am I gonna get an infinite jump at some point? In some regard, like the space jump? And this is where I was. There's a path down from the starting room? There's a hidden room. There's one of these doors as well. Statue inscription. Stone statues in the likeness of the White Priestesses. The inscription below the intact statue reads, Priestess of the Dawn, while the ruined statue seems to have been one of the Priestesses of the Wind. Okay. Interact. Locked. And there's nothing I can do about it. Huh. I was here the whole time. Didn't even think to walk backwards. Something sounds goopy. This is where I got you, yes. You're still here. This feels like it. This feels like where I saw the thing. I wonder. Haha! That makes that much easier. Yep, here it is. Although it's just a pickup. Not what I was thinking. Switch direction, please. Okay, so I need to be up there, probably. Falling Lily. And another chain of sorcery. Useful, but not in the way I was hoping. Oh, I didn't do... Wait, no. I did do this one. I've been down there. Does it just reform every time? Or was I not able to get high enough for this one? It's showing the connection like I've been there before, but is that just because I've been into the other room already? Yeah, I'm not capable of getting high enough for that. Here, this is how. See if I missed something. Fairly certain I didn't. Unless... No, I cannot walk into these. I just opened that path from over there. I couldn't do anything here. All this was the lever. There's nowhere to go in those walls. Oh. Did I just not go this way? Wow, okay. Okay, I cannot damage those guys, I just have to avoid them. Apparently I just did not come down here. Yeah, this is where that gate is. My word. Oh well. No, I can damage them, but it sets them off. Okay. More stagnant. This area is complete now. My word. Wish I could say I figured that out on my own, but no, I had to look it up and realize that I hadn't done the blatantly obvious thing that I should have done. Whoopsie. Anyways, onward. Outset. This took a change in color. What are you? Gratia's ring. I remember hearing about you. Grants the ability to parry once equipped. Press C in time with an incoming attack to repel the strike and nullify its effects. Oh, so I could have a perfect guard now. The ring worn by the White Priestess of the Fount, the third priestess of the Fount, was of special note in that she was less susceptible to the blight, allowing her to bestow salvation upon its sufferers. Take a sit. Take a gander. How much does it cost, though? It costs 0. I like that cost. I wanted to save still. Okay, so I just have a free perfect guard now. The sunken graveyard is upon us. This is the catacombs they were talking about before. Signs of the ancients litter this place. Indeed, not much has changed since then. In fact, the ancients once called what is now Land's End their home. Their homes, their families, their honor, all stolen away from them. I don't know that I would call immortality a form of survival, but either way, I'm the last of the ancient warriors. Once I fell, nothing remained of my era after I awoke. Save for my deathless pact, of course. Which is to say, I think we both feel what it's like to be left all alone. Yay, loneliness. This is a drop. The only way I can come back from, I would believe, is a multiple jump. So hopefully we get that here. Yep, the catacombs. The rain's destructive wake closes off many paths for us, though we may unearth ancient relics or hidden alcoves if we stay sharp. And new enemies, including giant spider pussy looking. Bleh. Ow. Haha, you can't reach me over here. You already did enough damage. Can I go in here? No, I cannot. Looks like you were about to do a different attack than before. You guys are still around, oh joy. You're hanging from the ceiling over there. Oh, bad water, bad water. Really bad water. Heal. Bad place to be. Oh, okay. Okay, this is not going well. And I hit the water, so you're not out anymore. And I'm already out of prayers. Thank you. I needed that. Oh boy. Well, this is painful already. Ow, hey! See you up there. Can't reach you. Okay, so you're glowing when it's one of you. I saw that just there. Turn around, please. Glowing too? No. I am running on way too little health right now. Heal me, please. I'll take it. Ah, explodey dudes. Okay, so ranged attacks do not trigger you. Never mind, they do. I'm noticing a lack of consistency with those guys. Oh, I can get to that from up there. if I actually jump properly. There we go. Hey, Furious. That is good. And this area is now complete. If there's an achievement to actually kill one of those guys, because it seems quite annoying to do so. Whew. Careful now. Ah! Oh, I don't feel good about this. Yeah, and that's why. Poor girl's ankles would be so broken by now if fall damage were a thing. You escaped from the rain, yet we still faded. Oh, we escaped from the rain. Got some physics going on for you, huh? Okay, we got a slam door. Bad water. Okay, I did not realize how low health I was. Let us do this time. I did not want to be here. Forgot I have you equipped. Anyone home over there? Hey, you die real easy to that. Like my quick attacks back, please. Ah! You get the slam. Okay, I'm getting used to them now. If I could remember where that pestilent door was. That would be wonderful. Watch me drop straight into... Yep, exactly. That is exactly what I was worried about. Okay, it's over here. Right about here. Oh! There's a bit of death here. How are you still alive? Come on. What are you? Besides gross looking. And seemingly infinite. You're coming from like a hive or something, aren't you? Yep. That is disgusting. Okay, this opens this. This is a respite. I love to see it. What is this? Defense of the Twin Spires 2. Okay, so I'm missing the first one. After a long, grueling battle, the White Priestess of the Fount was finally able to purify the blighted invaders. From that time on, few interlopers from the blighted lands were ever sighted. Okay, so they developed their own, like, society off somewhere else? Peace had returned to Land's End. The power of the White Priestess of the Wind allowed the Twin Spires to be built, standing as symbols of the realm's defense. The Priestess of the Fount fought to defend them. Do I have enough to enhance something now? I do. So you, for sure, don't have enough. That would require much more. How much? 90. Oof. Same with you. Hey, that one has an attack combo and attack range up next level. That'll be real helpful. Oh, I could go back and go find what was on the left side of that area, but I'm gonna go this way first. Okay, this is in between the two areas. Go swinging over that way. Oh, this is an elevator, isn't it? What's over here? Hello. I'm sorry, did you just bring enemies to me, elevator? That is quite annoying. I would greatly appreciate it if you would not. Relic time. Kiltius's ring. Slightly reduces cooldown times. Kiltius, priestess of guidance and inheritor of souls, unearthed from blighted muck, the ring predates the founding of Land's End. Old school. Still missing something here. But where? Right to the right. Hello. This appears to have been the White Priestess's room. Ratia's memoirs, too. Performing the purification brings joy back to the people. I must continue, if only to be of that small service. I thought I was useless, but they need me, as long as I'm the White Priestess. Complete? Not complete. Seems she was an avid artist. Oh yeah, there's an easel and everything. What else could be in here, then? Continue to the right. Wait, no, I can't. What's that? So, no, let's go up. Probably should have gotten my prayer back, but I will be fine. Gotta bring more enemies to me. Thank you. Uncool. Oh, this is still part of this area. Got my prayer back anyways. Seems to be all that was. Lots of large stairs. Oh, geez, hi. No. Go away. Is this your memoirs number 1? Yep. I could have approached from either direction on this one. I can't believe she vanished the day I was born. No one even told me why. They said that she cut a frail frame, but I knew what was truly to blame. Absorbing the blight at that rate, I wonder if I'll end up the same way. How did my mother live as a White Priestess? How can I live as one? So we're less getting rid of it and more taking it on ourselves? That's problematic. Yeah. Ochre Bluey. This is where I died before. Okay, that's how that perfect block works. I just noticed I made a little sound. Did I just use his remains to blow open the door? Okay, if I'm doing that without pressing any arrow keys, I'm just doing like a Smash Brothers block, essentially. This room is complete. I don't know why I'm going elsewhere. Let's go up. Weird place for that lever. What's in here? More explodey dude. Okay, it only blocks for like a second. Oh, I should probably not walk right into that. That would be the smart thing to not do. Another one of those doors. Whoa, okay. I would like my prayer back, please. Can't go through this yet. Running low on merchant charges. This is just a giant spider room, isn't it? Ow. And I'm locked in here, I just realized. And I'm low on health and no prayers. So we're gonna go ranged for now. I barely dodged out of the way of that one. No. I forbid it. All done? Thank you. How does one get up here? One does not yet. How does one keep from dying in the very next room? Respite, please? Hey, I guessed right. Thank you. I am dying. I definitely don't have enough slots for that yet. The next White Priestess. Lady Phrygia, the third White Priestess, will take up the mantle in the name of the Eastern Spring. Silva will make a wonderful guardian, but the pressure of taking on the role of priestess at such a tender age will be immeasurable. Yeah, I know it. It might be better for her to stay in the catacombs of her hometown by the cliffs than spend her days at the castle. The White Priestess of the Wind wishes for us to assist the young lady in any way we can. Yeah, go live in the halls of the dead. That is so much better.